this is Jason with Violator Comics Collectibles coming at you with another toy review. And this time we're taking a look at the Marvel Superheroes Fantastic Four Invisible Woman figure. And this is from Toy Biz from 1994. So the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the packaging. So taking a look at the packaging, pretty standard for this style of line. The Marvel Superheroes did like the X-Men, and this one is part of the Fantastic Four figures. But you can see the overall background of the packaging is somewhat supposed to be like a comic. You can actually see like little comic strips in the background, but it's also got that little window on the top that's almost like where they had the pricing or the brand of comic you were reading back in the day. But you can see Marvel Superheroes, Fantastic Four, Cosmic Defenders. You can see the Invisible Woman right there. It says Catapult Power Launcher, and it's from Toy Biz, and you can see the nice little open little window of her. And on the back, my favorite of these old packagings, you get to see all the toys in the toy line. You don't see this very often anymore. But it gives you a little synopsis of the Invisible Woman. It shows you what her little special feature would be, and then it just shows other characters in the Marvel superheroes line. So you can see Daredevil, Spider-Man. There's a couple different versions of the Punisher here and down there, and Dr. Octopus, Hulk, Venom, a bunch of cool stuff with like the big collect them all. And you can see it says down here it's from 1994 from Toy Biz in the bottom right hand corner. But pretty cool retro packaging. I love this style of stuff. This is the stuff I had when I was a kid. Let's get this opened up. Alright, so taking a look at the Invisible Woman. Just first glance you can see this isn't the most accurate looking figure for this character. Unfortunately with these older toy lines, some of these figures look good and some of these figures kind of look poor, and she's one of the ones that kind of suffers from that. I mean, you can definitely see in the face sculpt, which I'll zoom into all this a lot closer. She's got a very lackluster face sculpt, super tiny neck, her arms. And as the rest of the body's concerned, it's okay for a female body, but it's just like the neck and the face just really ruin this figure. Just to show you, this figure does have head articulation, so she rotates, moves to the shoulder and at the elbow on both arms, and then the legs move at the hips, forward and back, and at the knees. So I mean, as far as articulation, not too bad. She doesn't swivel at the waist or anything like that. And then she's got this shield piece in the back. The biggest problem I have with this figure, and I've had some of these figures in the past, even when I was a kid, because obviously this is an old figure, it just came out of package. The plastic is very brittle. I've had problems when I had the Mr. Fantastic toy when I was a kid because of like the small neck joints. These, these can break pretty easily. I definitely could see this neck being a cause for concern. And like I said, I'll zoom in so you can see how tiny that is. Also, when putting this together, this is actually just held in by a peg. It goes in there pretty strong, like you're not really supposed to pull it off, but just trying to pop it in, this actually broke, and I had to glue this to even complete this review. So, I mean, as far as the actual play of this figure, especially how old it is now, I mean, kind of rough. And like I said, even having these figures when I was a kid, like the Mr. Fantastic toy, like the small joints where his hands would stretch out, those snapped really, really easily without, that hard of play. She also comes with this little flipper stand. It's pretty nice over, held up pretty good. It's still pretty clear, hasn't yellowed really. It's got a nice X logo here. I don't know, I'm not really sure if they recycled this from like an X-Man figure or something, but the idea behind this is to set her on top, and by pushing this, and I'm going to simulate it because like I said, this thing's already broke once. I don't want to have to deal with it again. You would just flip it and she would flip up. On the package it actually shows that they have her kind of more kneeling down when they flip her, so she flips a little better. And I guess we could try it. I mean, the worst thing that happens is I just have to glue it again, just to show you guys. I'll just, I'll set her like this, and then launch her like this. That way, it gives her a little more stability. But let's see how good we can even get her to flip. I mean, it's obviously based on how hard you flip her, but she can flip up, and that's supposed to be like a super jump. But I mean, obviously, the Invisible Woman, not so invisible in the toy. But I mean, as far as play style is concerned, to make the Invisible Woman invisible would just be just that, so it's not too bad. But they've also made other figures like Iceman that's actually this color plastic that you can see through, and I think that would have been pretty cool to have that maybe for her. But I mean, it's nice. I guess it's nice to have her in the regular form as well. But let's take a closer look at her. Here you can see that head, and like I said, just a tiny neck. I really don't like the head sculpt that much, and that neck joint is just so tiny. As you can kind of rotate her around, you can kind of see the 4 on the back. Looks nice. I don't really know what its purpose is supposed to be. I don't think it's comic book related that they had some kind of disc on their back that I can remember. I wasn't a super big Fantastic Four fan in the comics when I was a kid, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have something like that. As far as body's concerned, pretty good. I mean, the 4 looks really nice and bright. You can obviously see, she does have the figure of a woman compared to the other male figures, which is nice. I mean, like I said, the overall body sculpt is good. It's just that her head is just weird, and her neck it makes her look awkward. You can see their joints. You can see they have little metal pins right there. They're shown through all the different joints there. But I mean, other than that, that's really it for her. Let's take a closer look at the stand. Take a look at the stand, and I just have the figure holding up the stand because there's no real way to really have this stand up correctly because it's supposed to lay flat. But you can see it's got that X in there, but it does have the little texture pattern right there, which is cool. That's actually textured, and as we kind of go up a little bit, she'll probably fall over when I do that. You can see the button right here that you would actually push, like if you're holding it flat, pushing that would pop the mechanism. Pretty nice. You could use this with all your figures. Like I said, I don't know if this is recyclable because the X, I'm guessing, is for X-Men. I don't know if they gave this with another figure like Beast or something like that, or somebody else they could jump. But as far as the detailing, like I said, it's got that nice texture, and it's still clear. This is an old figure. It just came out of package. It's been in storage, and it didn't yellow at all, which is really cool. And just for size comparison, here we have the Invisible Woman next to Rocksteady, and just to show you 2 toys somewhat of that era. You can see that she looks good. I mean, they're about with a 5-6 inches tall. I mean, decent size classic toys from that age. The Rocksteady is that much beefier type of figure, just the way the Ninja Turtles were, and almost like the He-Mans. But she's a okay figure. It's not something that I definitely die to have in my collection. I actually got her at a toy show for like $1 or something, and I figured I'd review her. But it'd be cool to have all the Fantastic Four figures together. Like I said, it's just with the plastic, having this figure break. And actually, that last clip I had before this, where she fell over when I was holding the stand, that popped off already, which is just ridiculous. But I mean, you can definitely see if anybody were to play with this figure, or even store it with a bunch of figures in like a bin, I could see this one breaking, especially at the neck. Very, very easy, because this is a joint here. Like Mr. Fantastic had joints, I think, by his gloves that were really tiny little squares, or like a little rectangle piece that's what actually extended out, and he broke notoriously there and on his head. But I can definitely see this one's head breaking off fairly easy. But not a bad looking figure from the neck down. Like I said, the face and the neck are just not very good at all. But Once again, this has been Jason with Violator Comics and Collectibles. Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and I will see you guys next time.